So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Let's bring you all the way down here. So as I mentioned, I've got you down on this screen so I can see you. Do say if anything is unclear. And the blanket that I mentioned just before we started the recording was simply if you've got sore joints, okay, particularly around the back of the pelvis, you may want to lay your blanket on your mat. You've got a mat, or be on a blanket, be on a towel, whatever you've got. And then we're going to shift the pelvis. That's just for a little bit of padding, okay, a little bit of softness. Have the feet placed around hip width apart. And then start to shift the pelvis towards the heels. And we're going to lower ourselves down nice and gently, just down to the elbows, forearms and wrists, okay? So already in this position, just start to soften through the legs. Nice little exhale and watch the belly, okay? So we can really let the eyes just rest upon the navel. And assuming this doesn't cause any agitation in the shoulders, yeah, you can pause here for a couple more breaths. If you are in any pain in the shoulders or the neck joint, do just come down to rest completely flat. But pausing here and just gazing down, chin to chest. We get to lengthen through the back of the neck, okay, and take a breath all the way in. Watching the belly rise on the inhale, and then as we exhale, we soften down, drawing the belly down towards the floor, and we can lengthen a little bit through that tailbone, okay, so around the back of the pelvis, just settling. Just notice what's happening through the other muscles, yeah, the supporting postural muscles that are, you know, we're cueing them to rest, really. The whole of the body is coming to rest. So let everything settle. Take a deep breath in together, and then we're going to exhale, extend each arm. So keep nice and central as you come to lay down. You can rest the back of the head, keep the chin tucked in, rest the hands on the belly. Fingers pointing towards the navel, and just pause there. Just let the body settle. So you'll be amazed at the, you know, the muscles that we're holding without even realizing. And following that breath. So I may mention the breath quite a few times. So allow your body to rest. We start at the level of the body, and then we move to more subtle awareness, such as the breath. So I may speak about that quite often throughout our practice. And ultimately, this is to point us in the direction of moving away from the movements in the mind. Yeah, they may still be there. Our practice is our opportunity not to get so pulled by them. So you can close the eyes, let the jaw soften, take as many deep breaths as you need. And just as you feel into the back of the body, the shoulder blades will start to soften. Then you can walk the elbows just a fraction further away from the side ribs. This creates a little bit more space in the back. So with our awareness resting with the hands, breathe into the hands. So as we breathe in, hands just lift up with the belly. And as we breathe out, hands drop down, belly drops down. This becomes a natural rhythm, just witnessing that movement. Well done. Now feel into the alignment of the body. We're going to let the left leg just drop out to the side, okay? So depending on tightness on the hips, keep everything else, particularly above the waist, nice and soft. Just going to slowly start to let that leg drift out to the side. So if it doesn't reach the floor, don't panic about that. If the adductors on the inner thighs are super tight, this is where placing a little blanket rolled up underneath that thigh can feel a little bit of comfort, a little bit of support. Or you can let that leg slide just a fraction, okay, so that it's comfortable. So you start to get a little openness feeling into the hip joint across the groin. Deep breaths. So in other words, it's not so much that that leg needs to land in a particular position, but we're just opening into that one hip. Keep rooting down with the right foot. Rest of the spine is soft. Let the shoulders relax. Well done. Breathe that leg back up. Now you can use your hand under your thigh to assist that. Walk the heels a little closer in towards the buttocks, palms down. Press gently to lift the pelvis. We're going to just reset the pelvis, okay? So just lift up, curl up, almost like a little riding of a wave, just sweeping the pelvis up. And then as we exhale, soften, let the pelvis land, and then walk the feet just a fraction forward. So there's a bit of space around the backs of the knees. Come to rest the hands back on the belly, just the arms as you need to. And then when you're ready, we're going to let the right leg drop away. Same thing, so just let that leg slide if it needs to. Take any support under that thigh. If you're really tight on the adductors, but also if you're hypermobile in the legs and the feeling is that you're sort of hanging out of that, let that hip joint, then support is also good. So we work with the body exactly as it is. And this helps to move towards a feeling of equanimity, of acceptance, of non-grasping. Well done. We're going to breathe that leg back up, or again, you can use your right hand under the thigh and scoop that leg back up to the center. Peel both the legs in. Gently just lifting the legs in. So feet off the ground. You can draw legs together. Well done. Nice deep breath. Keep the lower back nice and soft. And then take the hands around the front of the knees. Little rock forwards and backwards. Now this, again, doesn't need to be much. We're just feeling into the lower back, into the pelvis, loosening off a little bit of tightness perhaps around the thoracolumbar region, which is around the back of the pelvis and the lower back. Just gently easing into the spine, feeling at the back of the body. Well done. Release each leg one at a time. Place the hands on the thighs, chin to the chest. Just pause there. Breathing deep. So check that the feet have landed with around hip width apart. And then we're going to raise the arms up. Keep the head down, palms facing towards each other. Lift up as though you're lifting an imaginary sort of energy ball between the hands, not those chocolatey, nutty ones, but an actual ball of energy. Lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Keep the head down, little tone in the belly. Good job. And then soften the shoulders, let the shoulder blades drop. So the hands naturally want to come a little bit further apart. That's fine. Just breathe in. Raise the arms again. And really here we're tuning into the back of the heart space. Yeah, the rhomboids area, middle part of the back around the shoulder blades. Relax the arms, deep breaths. Take them a little wider. Good job. And as always, any shoulder issues, anything that's very, very tight or inflamed, we go super soft. So you can bend the elbows, you can take the arms a little smaller or wider, with that gap between the hands. So feel it out for yourself. Now we're going to be bringing the arms above the head, okay? So there's two ways to do this. You could keep the arms roughly around shoulder level, tone in the belly and extend the arms. We're going to check we've got enough space above us. If this feels too strong for you on the shoulders, okay, take the arms wide. You can almost glide them along the floor. So we're using the floor as our prop. It's one of my favorite props. It's super reliable and it's everywhere. So as you land, a bend in the elbows, again, just allowing the body to rest. So just avoiding twisting at this stage, just keeping everything nice and aligned. Well done. And when the arms land, you can breathe into it. Now, if the arms are lifting, if the shoulders feel a little elevated and you're unable to land the arms, then we're going to take the little bend in the elbow. Okay, so you can do this a couple of times, of course. You can lift the arms all the way down, easing into the shoulder joints and bring the arms all the way back up. This time we're going to land the arms, let the hands rest, back to the hands rest. And again, if you notice the elbows are lifting, Take the arms a little wider until the arms completely rest. Rest in the center. Nice deep breath. When you've landed, we're going to extend each leg all the way. Point the toes nice and long through the whole of the body. Slide the arms across the floor. And again, this is really just an investigation. Yeah, just think, oh, how's the, what's happening in the back today? Where's the space in the body? Can I point the toes and flex the toes? Okay, so when we do this, we get a distinct response that's completely spontaneous, yeah, through the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calf muscles. So whatever you can feel into, you breathe into. We sometimes do this posture standing. It's a sort of standing posture called Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands, but it gives you a really good identification with the placement of the body, the alignment through the hips, through the ankles, through the knees. Well done. Nice big stretch through the whole of the body. You can point the toes, feel it out for yourself. Just see, what's the best response for your body at this moment. And remember, it could change, tomorrow. Relax everything. Exhale. A minute to minute. So we just respond to how the body is right now. Deep breath. Well done. Let the arms come a little wider down by our side so they can slide like a snow angel all the way down. Palms turn down. Peel up each leg. Rest in the center. Do that little lift of the pelvis. So we scoop under by pressing into the feet. Let the pelvis lift, the hips lift up towards the sky. Chin drops a little deeper towards the chest. This is Setu Bandhasana. This is our little bridge pose. Now, always come down to rest, okay? So feel that. If you need to take a breath at any time, do that little pause, come down, rest. Deep breaths, elevate the pelvis, breathe into the belly, really lengthen up through the thighs to extend through the front body, breathing into the belly. So we really liberate the diaphragm. Exhale, slowly release, come all the way down. Keep the feet where they are. If they are a little too close in towards the buttocks, you can walk them a little further away. Take the arms wide, this time just around shoulder level. Turn the palms up. Stay nice and central. Okay, we're going to let the knees just drop over to the left side. Okay, so let the knees just drop. And again, they may want to slide. Okay, let them slide. That's absolutely fine. You'll still feel into that lovely stretch across the top of that hip and the side ribs. And then you're welcome, from having the head still placed down on the floor, to take the head and just gently turn that to the right side. So nice deep breaths. Keep everything soft, okay? So we're just, maybe our first big stretch of the day, certainly of this challenge. And, we can ease in. There's no rush, no agenda. Just be present. Well done. Head comes back to center. Heel up the legs. And you may like to do that little reset by walking the feet towards the buttocks. Peel up the pelvis and then plant the pelvis. Integrate that with the breath and it's win-win. Good stuff. Feel that sort of shift of energy. Just let that happen naturally. Plant the soles of the feet, again, hip width apart. And then let the knees just flop over to the right side. So the soles of the feet become exposed, yeah? You can, of course, let that top leg slide. It's often the top leg that wants to slide. And turn the head to the left. Nice deep breath. Good job. Keep breathing. Keep a sense of softness. Well done. Lovely. So certainly if there's any sensation or pinching or tightness in the lower back, you can come back to center You can always take a little bit of support between the thighs and cushions. And that's a lovely posture to rest in at any time. Well done. Peel up the legs, all come back to center. Rest the feet. And then when you're ready, we're going to elevate that left leg all the way up. Bring the hands around the back of the thigh, interlacing the fingers. Deep breaths. Point the toes, flex the whole foot, in fact. Deep breaths. Good job. Nice deep breath in. Soften the shoulders. So just notice, we shift our awareness to the leg and the shoulders naturally want to pick up a little bit of tension. So if it's super strong to use the back of the thigh with the knee bent, with the knee extended, you can bend through that knee. Okay, it just softens, gives you a little bit more purchase on the back of that thigh. Otherwise, you're extending that leg away, press the thigh into the hands, hands into the thigh. Deep breaths, little tone in the belly. Well done. Bend that leg. Good job. Hug that knee in. We're going to change the placement of the hands to the front of the leg and around the shin. Hug that knee in towards you and extend the left leg. Well done. Nice deep breaths. Draw up the right leg. Gently place the left leg all the way down. You rest the hands on the belly for this little pause in between sides. Catch a breath. Just notice what you notice. There may be a distinct feeling of difference between both sides. And then when you're ready, we're going to peel up the right leg. Take the hands around the back of the thigh, interlace the fingers. And again, you may want to just start with the knee bent. It's perfectly all right. And slowly start to extend that leg. So we're waking up through the hamstrings, and these are tight on most people. Okay, so if you're thinking my leg's shaking and this is really, it's really tough for me, you're not alone in that. This is my tight side, just to put you at ease. I have a bit of shaking going on. So every now and again, it's just dropping into that awareness of the body as it is. Yeah, if we can meet the body, settle with each breath, and we can really drop into our yoga practice. It becomes much more integrated, much more embodied, rather than just a physical practice. Well done. So hopefully hamstrings are slowly starting to release. Bend that top knee. Hug around the front of the shin. Hug it close in towards you, like a dear friend. Nice firm grip. And then we extend that left leg. You can point the toes and just notice the difference. When we do point the toes, we get a lovely stretch up through the psoas, which is coming up from the inner thigh, through the pelvis and into the spine. And it feels good to stretch through the hips. Yeah, there's a nice openness through the groin, especially given that, if we're sitting, these can feel quite contracted. That goes for, driving, working, all the other things our bodies have to do for us. Well done. Peel up the left leg. Release the right. Hands on the belly. We're going to gently roll over. So just tuck the hips to one side. Press the hand all the way over. Come to lay on your lower leg. Extend the top leg. Nice right angle on the bottom leg. All okay so far? Good stuff. Well done. So turn to face me. That's great. And then we're going to just have a little movement into a twist. Okay, so don't be scared by twists. You can rest at this position. This is perfectly all right. Top leg extended, bottom leg around 90 degrees. I'm going to take that top hand all the way over. Place that palm nice and flat. I did promise you it was low to the floor, and we are staying particularly low in this posture. Now, you can lift the top leg and just feel that little tip of the balance where the chest comes a little lower towards the floor. Use both hands evenly. Plant the back foot and then walk the hands a little further forward. So we come down into this lying twist, a sage twist called Marichyasana. And draw the belly in, okay? So it's a gentle twist across the belly and the spine, of course. Now that top leg, again, may want to wing up. Use your blanket at any time, by the way. If you're finding there's any pinching on that lower leg, any discomfort, the same with the top leg. If it would be happier on a lift, on a block, you're very happy. You're welcome to just adjust as you need to, so that you feel that sense of connection through the whole of the body that you can breathe into and release into. Look forward, soften the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen up through the anterior spine. So we gather up that space from the lower belly, from the pelvic floor, all the way up. Lift and lengthen through the sternum. Shoulders release away from the ears. Good, nice deep breaths. Well done. Peel up that top leg. Rest that on the bottom leg. Walk the hands all the way up. Sweep the legs to the other side. And then we come still facing the same way. Adjust so that the bottom leg is 90 degrees, resting on the outer edge of that thigh. Top leg extends many times as you need. And, you know, we're settling into the side ribs here and just feel into that, okay? It's, you know, it's a wonderful feeling to be able to use the whole of your lung capacity, to feel that you can really breathe all the way into those side ribs. So lengthen away, keep that sense of going in that direction. I'm going to place the front hand down towards the floor. Tip the balance onto the hands, lift up the back leg, and just, you know, we're sort of rolling on the outside edge of that hip before we land the top leg. Walk each hand forward, and again allow that leg to wing as much as it needs to. Yeah, if it needs to sort of lift up, plant it back down, extend the toes, whatever feels good. And then elbows come down, forearms and wrists look forward. Nice deep breaths. You can soften everything around the lower back. Draw the belly in and continue to sort of work up to this lovely sense of lengthening through the anterior spine, which is up through the chest. Nice deep breaths. Look forward. Shoulders relax. Well done. Let's slowly peel that top leg onto the bottom leg. Walk the hands all the way up. Come to bring the soles of the feet together and let the thighs release. Good job. So you combined with the hands, just let the hands wrap around the toes. Just settle in this upright position. This is Baddha Konasana. And again, if it's really hard to reach for the feet, take the shins. Feel that lift up through the spine. You can use a belt, a scarf, anything to bind the feet to feel that lovely sense of uprightness. Legs releasing. Gently close the eyes. Settle down through the pelvis. And just noticing the space around the upper chest, the collarbones. Release through the thighs. Well done. We're going to come to rest in Shavasana next. So our last few minutes of our practice. So we're going to come to lie down. Take your blanket if you have it. You're very welcome to stay for longer. after this practice ends, or maybe you've got a whole day of yoga, who knows? Well done. So come to land as we started, take a little support under the back of the head. Check that there's a good bit of space under the back of the neck. And then chin to chest, legs extend, arms extend. You can have a blanket over you, or pop your socks on, whatever feels conducive to complete relaxation. Have the arms a little distance away from the sides of the body. Legs just softly relax, feet flop away from each other. Eyes closed, jaw soft. Allow all tension to go. And rest in that deep peace of yourself. Gently bending up your knees. Resting the soles of the feet to the floor. And come to roll over onto your side, whichever side is comfortable for you. Allow a little light and colour into the eyes. And come up from the side when you're ready to a comfortable seated position. You're very welcome to stay in your Shavasana if you want to. It's the beauty of practicing at home. Or you can come back to it. Somebody asked, can I do Shavasana for the whole 30 minutes? Yes, yes you can. This would not be a wasted time at all. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.
It's such a joy to see you all. Thank you for practicing with me today, and obviously hope to see you again. I've got next Wednesday at 9:30, and all the links are on my bio. If you need any info, let me know. Thank you.
Donna.
You're so welcome. I'm going to stop the recording.